I could tell you a whimsical tale that's probably very inaccurate. The Sensible Sociopath.
2, 3, 1, go.
Roma, the podcast is here!
It really never gets old.
Sorry about those jokes I said earlier about babies with both sets of genitals.
What does that even mean?
You know, I'm willing to risk my life for this podcast, Roma.
Ugh, that sounds insane.
And I'm also willing to risk your life for this podcast.
There's a difference between, like, uncomfortable and creepy.
Anyways, that's why I think pedophilia is just a sexuality like any other.
It was kind of traumatizing.
White people are bad and do bad things.
Periods are not just for women.
Take off their underwear and relax with their uncle.
How fast can I eat your ass?
I mean, you know, you look at me and you go, this is an international man.
My whole life is a sham.
And you can't get the white Oreos. That's racist.
I think I counted like 25 racially charged jokes.
White privilege allows me to turn off someone's headlights.
I was just being agreeable.
Roma, when was the last time you were agreeable?
It's been days.
Also, if you try to poop really hard, sometimes you'll come.
You would think that we'd have our shit together.
It's the enema for your face.
Yeah, I was gonna say cleaning's for women.
I'm not a lady, Roma.
Oh, this is so gay.
Let's try to be inclusive, Roma.
What does that even mean?
Real mature, Roma. Why, hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 55 of the Sensible Sociopath podcast.
Heck yeah.
Here on YouTube, let's see, Anchor, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Outcast, Cloud Out, Castbox, Box Out, Atlas?
Cloud Out, Atlas.
Yeah, Cloud Atlas. I don't know. I think I made up a few of those. Well, Roma, there's some. Let's see. It's a sort of news that you want to be happy for somebody.
Okay.
So that guy Joe Rogan, you know, our stiffest competition.
Yes.
Well, he just signed a $100 million deal with Spotify. That's why I didn't mention them in our intro.
Oh no.
So, Roma, I'm mad at Spotify.
You know, everybody's so excited about Spotify, him being a part of Spotify, and I just keep thinking, why wasn't he part of it before?
He was.
He was?
I believe he was, or it might have been the only one he wasn't available on, but now it's going to become an... You see, he said that he was still going to be available on the other ones, so I don't know if it's going to be like an exclusivity or what, but... Anyways, so he made a $100 million contract, and that contract is going to be multi-year. The video portion is going to be exclusive on Spotify. He used to be on YouTube with us, and yeah, it's going to be free for all the users and free for Spotify and everything. Just yeah. A little. I'm just a little sore, Roma, that we weren't recognized sooner.
I mean,
we have a 3% non-binary audience on Spotify.
This is true.
I've got the numbers, and we've been holding that. Okay, we might have started off with 4% non-binary, but we have a strong 3%.
Yeah, totally.
And I think the other 60-something% is male, and then, you know, women, they're only worth so much anyways, so...
It's about 79 out of 100.
79% of what a man would be worth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So no big loss is what I'm saying. If you think that men are worth 121% of what a woman is, there's all the people you need. Yeah, so I guess September 1st they're going to be going to, or the video is going to be on Spotify. There'll be clips on YouTube, but then they will be mostly on. They'll be mostly on. I just went dull. I don't know what you did. But they will be. Yeah. Okay. What was that?
I just turned on the main a little bit. It's really loud in my headphones.
Oh, okay. Well, turn down the CR.
Okay.
The knob?
Yeah, so I did.
Oh, okay. Well, I can turn mine up. If you... mine's... Oh, okay. There it is. I think I was turning it the wrong way. Anyways. Okay, well, let's get through this, shall we? We've been Been having some technical difficulties at the beginning of the show at the outset. So,
It happens.
yeah. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start with Margot.
Hi, Margot.
And then there's also Steve S.
Hi, Steve S.
And then there's Kaylee B.
Hi, Kaylee B.
And then there's Katrina M.
Hi, Katrina M.
And then there's Steve S.
Hi, Steve S. Oh, wait, we already did that.
Yeah, that's cool. So, Roma, I've had a question for the past 3 episodes that we haven't gotten to.
Oh, shit. All right. It keeps coming up. It must be important.
Well, all right. So we all deal with the ever-present threat of immortality. That we'll find out we're the one who doesn't die, right? You ever lie awake at night thinking about that?
Figuring out which one's going to not die?
Just assuming you're the one that's not going to die,
Oh.
and that everything you love's going to be gone.
I mean, I haven't died yet, so I've got
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good.
So you're pretty concerned then, right?
That I'm going to die or not going to die?
No, that you're not going to die. It's assured that most of us will die. Some of us will not, however.
I mean, I have a perfect track record of not dying.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty good about those odds.
So you're terrified
Sure. Yeah.
of watching everything crumble around you while you
Yes.
perpetually live and suffer.
Like a vampire.
Sort of. They're sexy, though. You're just going to fall apart, but you'll still live. You know how fast you'll wear through your shoes? I mean, relatively.
You're taking all the sexy out of this notion I have in my head.
Well, you'll have tattered pants, if that was
I
part of
guess
it.
so.
Okay. So, Roma, there's an inevitability that any one of us on Earth could not die. Could never not die.
Could never not die. Okay. Like
Like,
Jesus.
could never not die. So you could always live.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like Jesus, only like he went to another place. This one, you just like your all your batteries are dead, and like you.
They didn't. I don't think they had batteries back in Jesus' day.
No, but I mean like in the future, like when the last battery guy dies, you're just gonna be like, I should have fucking asked that guy some questions.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yep.
spent a lot of time on
Elon Musk.
I spent a lot of time on Tinder, and there wasn't any other profiles.
I mean, I've never been on Tinder, but I'd imagine if I was the last
Well,
person
Grindr.
alive.
Roma, it's not the minutia that we're getting worried about.
Okay. Okay.
So, after everyone dies, how long until your spank bank turns into something inhuman that is, you don't recall the form of a human being anymore,
Oh.
to where it would begin to look alien or perhaps like another living creature, like some sort of blob monster thing?
Huh.
Starts to look pretty good to you.
Well, I've been watching a lot of Rick and Morty.
Okay.
So actually, I could visualize this. I think.
Okay.
There's a lot of non-human sex in it.
Well, damn it. I thought I was groundbreaking with all of this.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
should
not
have brought
'cause
it up
they're-
a couple episodes ago.
It's not because they're the last people in the galaxy. It's
Yeah.
just I could see how that would be a thing.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, when you think back on whatever it was, a past crush, or I don't know what your first dog looked like, or something like that, which is
Sure.
the same thing.
Okay.
I'm referring to the same. So, at some point, you're going to lose kind of the character. You're gonna be like, "What? Man, how many arms did they have?"
Right. Yep.
Like, could they walk? I don't.
Yeah. What does a vagina look like?
I don't remember. Well, none of us know, Roma.
Why don't we know?
Because we can't.
Okay.
We're not married.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Let's see.
Kaylee
Yes.
says, "Oh my God, I think I know where this is going." Do you though? I don't think he knows where this is going.
I don't have a great idea. This is all stream of consciousness. This is going that direction.
Fair enough.
So, but basically, it's a thought exercise. So, how
Okay.
long would it take you to forget what a human looks like?
Probably.
And you've smashed all the mirrors out of rage.
I was just gonna say if I can see a mirror, but probably 6 months to a year.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
Yeah. No,
I was thinking more like 40, but yeah,
No, because I mean, think about it. If you so say you have somebody that you're dating, right? And you don't. So 6 months is a short period of time, but maybe like a year. If there's somebody you're dating, and then suddenly all contact is cut off,
Mm-hmm.
you start to forget. You remember like the specific details, insofar as like they had, blonde hair or a beard or whatever it is that made them look like that person,
Mm-hmm.
but you start to forget what they look like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
So like I would think, okay, it's like, well, I have two arms, I have two legs, and I kind of know what, in general, I know what I look like. But I think that the memory of what somebody looks like would fade actually quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I would only have it to base off of what I know I look like. So I would be able to, okay, I had two arms, I had two legs, I've got, 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Mm-hmm. And I think that if you, it would be the same thing with, that you wouldn't know you were losing a grasp
Sure.
quite so readily because
Probably.
your mind would fill in the blanks and kind of confabulate for a while until you kind of go, holy shit, am I like way off? Like,
Yeah.
you like reach up and feel your face. You're like, what? Like, what
Yeah. Margot says I would see my reflection in water. Margot, you're cheating.
Yeah, Margot, the world's ended, okay?
There is no water.
That's right. Biden won and the world ended. It's like a Black Mirror, but not as well, but more racist with
Without
Biden
mirrors,
winning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Without blacks and without mirrors.
Yeah, neither of those in this new world. So do you think you would become sexually attracted to inanimate objects? Because we've had the discussion about mannequins and,
Genuinely attracted to or just horny? Because I think there's a difference.
I mean, you could talk to a wood chipper. It would whisper sweet nothings.
I don't know. Are there animals?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I would be more likely to be attracted to an animal, I think, just because it's a sentient being before I was attracted to, like, a tree.
What if they were all predatory animals?
I would probably avoid them.
Yeah.
Or become their, like, god.
Yeah. From his god of the shrews. Just all these
the
tiny
lemmings.
little, yeah. They're voles. Roma, leave those voles alone.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know how long it would take before you forgot.
Yeah.
But like I know that people start to fade the way they look start to fade probably about 6 months, a year.
Yeah, and how long would it be till you're one of those voles? Till you're digging into an underground burrow?
Well, they say that there's children that were raised by wolves and things of that nature, and
Dances with wolves.
was that in that plot line?
Or the postman, one of those.
I don't know. I don't remember. They were both really long.
Yeah.
But I think that you would probably. Well, it's like when you have cats that live with, say, several dogs. They think they're dogs, or you have a puppy that lives with a bunch of chickens. He acts like a chicken, so he
Lays eggs.
Yeah,
Little
exactly.
brown, warm, squishy eggs all over your lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
You're all got your basket. God damn it, Roscoe.
Damn dog eggs.
Yeah, they're different.
They are different. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just had questions about how long it would take for your vision of a humanoid being sexy to change to a, let's say, a telephone pole.
Yeah, I mean, there's people now.
Or a snowman.
There's people now that are attracted to inanimate objects, and they're surrounded by people.
All right, I have to stop you now, Roma.
Why is that?
Because I was talking to someone earlier, and we had a conversation, and she said I should probably try to bring this up, and now I finally figured out where this was going.
Okay.
So when I was younger, there was
Oh, geez.
there were inanimate objects around Roma, let's say.
Okay.
That someone, and this is funny because this was not related to that at all. It just happened to work this way because I feel like I feel like I'm being very transparent, but I'm not because I didn't mean for this to work this way.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was trying to shock her by telling her some stuff.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
because that's what I like to do. I think that's fun.
Is this a date or somebody you met on Tinder?
Yeah, she's aight. No, I know her. No.
Oh, okay.
So no, because I'll just say that's just shocking shit to people on Tinder, but it's that's just for sport, you know.
Right.
So Roma, do you remember when we were younger and do you remember Mark G's house? Yep. And do you remember how it faced that very open asphalt, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way, almost 6-way. It was almost 6-way.
Okay.
Because there was those two little median teardrop things.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Vaguely.
And then,
but I do remember there's the two streets coming off to the right and left, and then there was two diagonal streets.
Yeah,
and then there was one directly across the street.
I think there was one, but it might have had a medium in the middle, so it was like two. But yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And right between those two, the two off to the sides, and then the two like this, you know, were like two cement medians.
Yeah, like little island things. Yeah. I don't remember those, but I'll take your word for it.
So right across the way from that, there was a telephone pole.
Okay.
And this was a good-looking telephone pole.
Particularly attractive.
Well, I would say so. I mean, it wasn't not flaunting it. But me and Mark used to do weird stuff. You know, we were budding young men, you know, just becoming aware of our sexuality. Just
so everybody that's listening, I'm shaking my head already.
Yeah, for all the audio podcast listeners. Yeah. She's nodding. Roma meant nodding. She's like, yeah, you were. 2 8-year-olds.
Oh, God.
Anyways, we used to play these funny games, and I remember at one point going over to that pole and undoing my pants and rubbing against the pole.
Ouch.
I don't remember if anyone else was there. I don't think anyone else was there. I think I was just a weirdo.
And him, or
no, I think it was just me.
Interesting.
Yes.
I would think that you would get splinters because back in the day they were all
they tarred it.
Wood.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was wood and tar resin. So, and then the other thing about it was we used to pee in bird baths together. Do you remember when you and your friends used to pee in bird baths?
I can't say that I remember that.
You know, you'd hide behind the shed.
Nope.
Take a wee in the bird bath together.
I don't even know if I knew where any bird baths were.
They were behind the shed.
Interesting.
You'd play some Nerf guns. And you go pee together in the bird bath. You make a day of it, Roma.
Oh, shit.
So that was another thing. And then the last thing. This one I definitely did by myself.
Oh, God.
You know how there are snowmen, Roma?
I do. I'm aware that they exist, correct.
Well, sometimes you could make a snow lady.
Oh, crap.
And then you try to seduce this snow lady.
Okay.
And she's receptive. Surprisingly.
Like
yeah. And then somebody who was very funny, who I was talking to, made a joke about me taking the carrot and using that as a snowman penis. And I didn't think that was very funny.
Did you put a snowman penis in your butt?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
But that's what she was insinuating.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were a weird kid.
I was a weird kid.
Yeah. Do you remember Dennis and Anaya?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about them the other day.
These goddamn Armenians.
Hey, Hector's here.
Hector!
What's up?
Everyone, Hector.
Hector, everyone.
From Venezuela.
Yep.
He's famous. He's got his own movie, the Lego movie, which is pretty badass. I watched the whole thing. It's very very stylistic. So
Kat says, Steve, haha, no. It's like when guys stick it in the hot tub jets.
I didn't even think that was worth bringing up. It's like you're reading my mind, Katrina. No, but the hard part about that is you try to stick it in, but it's blowing out.
I've got a story here about a guy that let's see here.
Oh, what the fuck?
Frozen Stiffy drunk lands in hospital after sex with Snowman.
Are you kidding?
Yep. I mean, yep. No. Oh, false. Okay. I guess it was Snopes.
Wait. Where did you get that?
Well, I saw it earlier in the week.
Holy shit!
Minnesota man. Let's see. Minnesota man suffers extreme frostbite to genitals after drunken sex with Snowman he mistook for his ex-wife. Minnesota man in Red Lake has suffered extreme frostbite to his genitals after allegedly engaging in sexual intercourse with a snowman.
Jesus Christ, that guy's only 42?
Yeah.
He looks like he's 70.
Remember how we were talking about
Yes.
how I see people and they're like, oh, I'm 32, and they look like they're fucking 45?
Jesus Christ. All right, all you funny people with your emojis.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Steve is having flashbacks.
No, sir, it's shocking the shit out of me. I haven't thought about that story in a long time.
I saw that, I think it was like either earlier this week or the week before. So you brought it up.
Yeah, and then you're sitting there going, "Oh, that's interesting." Not like leading on that you have the story.
I had to find it.
Oh, well, all right. Way to undersell it, Ro.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, well, let me just see what's on this computer. Oh.
A Minnesota man in Red Lake has suffered extreme frostbite to his genitals after allegedly engaging in sexual intercourse with the Snowman. He was rescued after being found unconscious and barely clothed in a neighbor's lawn last week by Red Lake police.
I like how they're using their binary snowman genders.
Yeah.
Wait, I guess I did too.
The
Snow person genders.
The patient's genitals has suffered from extreme frostbite, and one of his testicles will have to be removed, but he should be fully healed, able to resume his formal sexual activities again soon.
Nice. Wait, formal or former?
Formal.
Why would it be formal? Like,
know.
he puts a bow tie on his penis?
Yeah, he wears a tuxedo. What?
Yeah. What? You don't get dressed up?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're the one having sex with snowmen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're wearing top hats. Why wouldn't you? Smoking a pipe. Why don't you want to look cool?
Oh, shit.
My
Well,
God.
and so this is how you pick up girls? You tell them about how you've had sex with snowmen?
I mean...
And rubbed your dick on telephone poles? Pretty much.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
So did this work? Did you land a lady or?
I don't know. I guess.
Still working on it.
Yeah, exactly. No, nothing's ever certain in my world, Roba.
Oh, Jesus.
A lot of times when I do the thing that I think will happen poorly, it works out great. So it's like sometimes that's like my, you know, my like the method to your madness, you know?
Yeah.
If you try to be in the control of the situation, that's when things are all fucked up and you can't handle it. At least that's kind of the way my experience has been.
Hector says, well, that snowman does look kind of cute, though.
I mean, you can arrange its face however you want.
Yep. Put some big old ditties on it.
That's right. Some big old black coal nips.
Oh, boy. Sarah said that's a hell of a screening process. Yeah, any of you single ladies out here, Steve's available. Fuck.
Not anymore. From the feedback we're getting on the Hector, you win. Wink, wink. Somebody got a green card.
Oh, Sarah says snowman, sex, and then cupcake ritual. Steve needs a very specific lady.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a real special lady, that's for sure. That's the thing, is it's like whoever I marry, I'm gonna have to treat really, really well, because of them putting up with me. You know, like, not that they, I don't know, whatever it is, I just have to remember, oh yeah, I remember me, and they're awesome just for that.
Well, I mean, so we're talking about snowman sex.
Yeah.
And then we've got this lady here. Woman arrested after calling cops to report fire in her crotch.
Fire crotch, I think it's called. She's not as red as I would think.
So apparently, this Ohio woman was placed under arrest after reportedly calling 911 to ask for help extinguishing a fire in her crotch. Catherine Morgan, 50, called the cops in Port Clinton at 10 p.m. Saturday to allegedly false reports of her pussy, as they bleeped it out,
Holy shit.
ablaze. Morgan asked the cops if the fire department's hose was working and said, "I need somebody to come put it out with their hose," according to the outlet.
Does she realize there was innuendo in there?
I don't know. It says police arrived to find Morgan at her friend's home where she and others had been drinking, residents told the officials. Cops moved to arrest Morgan for false reports and disrupting police operations, according to the newspaper. Morgan became agitated and yelled at the officers as she resisted arrest, only relenting when an officer threatened her with a stun gun, the reporter said.
Goddamn dog!
She faces charges of disrupting public services, making false alarms, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. See? I mean, what's the harm in asking firefighters to put your crotch fire out? I don't get it.
With their hoses. But you see, the other thing was they said she was filing a false report or something about a false, reporting a false something.
Yeah, because her crotch wasn't legitimately on fire, though.
But, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there was something on there that looked like burns. Did you see her?
Yeah, seriously. Little meth
chotch.
crack pipes,
Oh.
yeah.
The old meth chotch.
I mean, she could have had sex with the snow dude.
Yeah, with an icicle penis.
Yeah, that would have put it out, I'd imagine.
It's so Christmassy. It's like a fleshy Christmas tree.
It's a good thing that women aren't as like experimental about sex as men are. I mean, I guess maybe some women are, but I don't. I've never like sought
trans
out,
women, Roma.
Well, there you go. I've never sought out inappropriate sexual intercourse with not inanimate objects. I mean, at least not like telephone poles and snowmen, at least.
I mean, the sexy snowman had breasts and everything. Seriously, face and breasts. It was on the ground though.
It?
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
No, I didn't just rape someone else's snowman, Roma.
I didn't know.
No, I made a snow woman. She was born a woman.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, clearly she wanted it by what she was wearing or lack thereof.
It's true.
Yeah.
She was all curvy and shit. It's nice. I
Didn't
still
your
remember
dick
it.
get cold?
Well, yeah. I was a little like.
It's kind of icy. Like,
oh, you remember how we were talking about men and jerking off and stuff?
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing, Roma.
Yikes.
If there was no pornography, I would be outside fucking snowbed in the yard.
Well, I'm glad you have pornography then.
See? I turned you around. No. Go ahead. Here, use my internet. Here, I loaded Pornhub for you.
Yikes.
I hope there's like a snowman genre porn now because of this podcast.
I mean, there probably is. We'll have to look it up.
Roma. All right, I figured out a t-shirt.
Okay.
Face down snow angels. Because that's what it was like. It was a sideways snow angel. It wasn't a stand-up.
Right.
I just don't find the stand-up snow angel to be
Is that a thing?
well, I mean, I made a lay-down snow angel, so I guess there would be I could have made a stand-up easily.
So she was an angel?
I'd say she was.
Oh shit.
But that should be our first or one of our t-shirts. Lay down snow angel.
There you go.
Yeah.
With a hole
Face
in
down
it.
snow angel.
With
Yeah.
a hole in it, yeah.
Well, obviously.
Well, all I can say is wow.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I will never get that image out of my head.
Maybe
about 6 months to a year, I'll start to forget the image.
Yeah.
So.
Like, what do those lay down snow angels look like? Oh, it looks like a child in a blue Columbia flailing about on the ground.
Oh, Jesus. We've got a lot of laughs going on here.
Well, I don't know what they're laughing about.
Have you like dated any non-snowmen people lately?
I mean, I haven't had any snow people since then that I can remember.
Huh. All right. I mean, I don't know. I know you used to do a lot of drugs in high school, so.
Well, I mean,
It's all fair game.
Yeah, Flonase.
Flonase.
Afrin.
Afrin?
It's another nasal decongestant. I was saying over-the-counter drugs.
Right. Did you follow that after the cocaine to kind of wash it out, or?
Yeah. Get that taste in the back of your throat.
Ugh. Flonase.
Snowman cum. Oh.
Do you ever?
It's like carrot juice. What's all this charcoal on your chin from? Corncob pipe and a button nose? Oh.
Two nipples made out of coal.
Yeah. His balls were made of coal.
Oh, were they?
That's a charcoal.
Okay. Yikes. Oh my God. Well, good job.
It's a snowman blowjob joke. It's a carrot. Never mind.
We need to make inappropriate snowmen when it snows again.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Good Christmas shirts coming around this year. Collect them all.
Yikes.
Oh, I did want to mention we do have Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/The Sensible Sociopath Podcast, you can donate to the show $3 a month, or you can get some extra content, stickers. Robo, don't laugh during the promo.
Sorry.
Jesus. You can get general. Yes, Roma? We'll just not make money. What's up?
Sarah says she can hear Dan laughing in the shower to your podcast.
I love it. That's 2 views from the same house. My favorite. Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't
yes,
help it.
Totally. No, that's hilarious. See, Dan knows what I'm talking about. He's done this. He probably had his dick in the conditioner bottle right now. What's that, Sarah? No, I'm fine. Why is all my conditioner? This bottle's getting fuller. It smells like jizz. Oh.
Gross.
Why is my loofah always in the drain? It's nothing.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. She said now he's laughing harder.
That's awesome.
You're welcome, Dan.
Yes. Dan, I'm glad you're touching your cock watching this show. I'm touching my cock thinking about you touching your cock watching this show.
Oh, fuck.
Uh,
Woo.
good times.
Yeah, my stomach hurts.
So Patreon. Check us out. Yeah, join the show, and we'll definitely be moving towards some merchandise and all kinds of stuff on there. I thought of something else, Roma.
Okay.
Send socks.
Send socks, yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me, right?
Oh, where have we been on that one?
I'm telling you.
Oh, shit.
Send socks. Yep. So it's protein for the hair. Yes.
Yep. Sarah says our hair is going to be extra shiny.
That's right. Pantene. Wait, Pro D? The
What's
D?
D for?
Dicks.
Oh. C for cum?
Could be. Yeah. I was thinking the D, but it didn't really. Yeah, Pantene the D.
Yeah. Pantene Pro C.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
That's next level shit.
Well, that's another shirt, Roma.
That's another
Pantene.
shirt. Yeah. We're just cranking them out. Sarah says, oh my God, I want socks.
Totally. Send socks.
Kaylee says, try not to wake my baby up laughing so hard.
Shh. Go to sleep.
I can tell you a whimsical tale.
Yeah, that's probably very inaccurate. I showed somebody that, and they're like, are you guys acting all of that? And I was like, no, that's us in the show. They're
Yeah.
like, what? What are you guys talking? I'm like, that's why it's that's why the intro is what
You
it
just say
is.
stupid shit.
Yes, there's so much stupid shit.
Yes.
And that's why you should listen, is because
It's hard to boil it down.
it expands your mind beyond that shitty Joe Rogan program.
Yeah, man, that guy's a loser.
I know, yeah. Why doesn't he broaden his mind a little bit?
Yeah.
Him and his...
DMT,
Yeah.
fucking smoking.
Exactly.
Yeah. Guests from all over the universe.
Yeah, brilliant people.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, oh, I shoot bows and work out all the time. Oh, I'm so cool. I mean, yeah, you are. You're really cool. Like, I wish me and you were friends.
Dick.
God, that's stupid. We'd hang out and laugh and have fun. You probably smell nice. But like manly nice, you know? It's like I'd just hug you and feel safe.
I think that would be true.
Yeah, it's all true.
Yeah, I think if he hugged me, I would feel safe. For sure.
Yeah, he's like, I think he's 5'9" or something too.
Okay.
So he'd be shorter than me, but we'd just be hugging, and I'd like be hugging him high, and he'd be hugging me low.
I'm always a high hugger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why.
You're not
I always go
too
high.
tall.
No,
Yeah.
I'm 5'6".
But I think that's kind of the way it should be. 'Cause like when you dance.
I mean, like, I don't want to hug a man around his waist.
Yeah.
You know, so I always hug high and they can hug low. That makes sense, yeah, because guys usually around your waist and a girl's usually kind of up on the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That way he can't get around your neck like he's trying.
Right. It's always a little more awkward with other women, though.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know where to put my arms.
Tits.
I don't know where to put my
Butt
tits.
cheeks. Yeah.
Like, you gotta like position it.
No,
so
I meant you put your hands on her tits, not where you put your tits.
Well, you gotta like the juxtaposition is that one of her tits is between your tits and the one of your tits is between her tits, so it's not awkward.
Oh, you don't just go nip to nip?
I mean,
are you thirsty?
you're the worst.
I want to breastfeed you
Oh.
here on these big nips.
Oh. I might be the only one that's that awkward about hugging. I don't know.
I mean, he'd be interesting to hug.
I will avoid it at all costs.
Do we still have that video? No, we don't have that video.
No, we don't have that video.
Don't worry, I'll get it, Roma.
Ooh, but I do have a video.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's it a video of, Roma?
It's a video of Snoop.
Snoop.
And he's talking about the COVIDs.
All right. I'm sure he has a reasonable take on it.
I think so.
Oh, Colt 45. Way to break stereotypes.
You ready for this shit?
Yeah. Don't forget to share.
Nigga, you don't need that shot. Nigga, they shooting some shit in your ass. I'm cool. I don't want none of that. I'm straight. I think they shooting some control in you. Some shit to take control of you. You know, when they have your mind, body, and soul, you know, slow you down a bit. I don't trust them. I'm cool. They sell shit over the counter that you should be able to buy that can handle that. Get you some Theraflu, nigga.
He's
Or some NyQuil.
smoking some weed.
Bill Gates. Bullshit ass vaccines y'all trying to give us.
Careful, they don't
Bill
cut
Gates.
us, Roma. They're gonna cut our.
Bill
our-
Gates.
I don't think so.
Yes, they will. Yes, they've
Bullshit
already.
ass vaccines y'all trying to give us.
Commenting on it,
Bill
so it's
Gates.
Legal.
No, we're not.
Microsoft, whoever the
Sure we
fuck.
are.
All right.
All these motherfucking bullshit ass vaccines y'all trying to give us. Fix the motherfucking video game, nigga. Now.
All right, we can.
Nigga, you don't-
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, let's comment on that first part.
I mean, it's a commentary. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, no, I think it's pretty funny. I like how he's like in the hub of the conspiracy theorists.
When you say that, what do you mean?
So the whole Bill Gates thing, people think that they're going to put microchips into
Yeah.
the vaccines, and
So
he's
you mean-
anti.
Yeah. So you mean like he's not in some YouTube channel that's full of conspiracy theories. You're saying his thoughts, his
Yeah,
opinions.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how he's talking about how they're going to slow you all down, yet he's surrounded by Colt 45s and smoking pot while wearing a koala cap. So He's telling us exactly how they're trying to slow us all down, and I wouldn't say he's got a lot of
You
room.
just need some Theraflu
And NyQuil.
and NyQuil. Make some scissor.
I was gonna say yes, some Sprite. What is it?
Sipping on some scissor.
Rolaids.
Rolaids.
Yeah, you crush up some Rolaids or
Is that how that
Tums.
works?
I don't know. Making some scissor.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how that works. I have never made scissor.
Yeah, it's probably not a very strict recipe. I think it's what Ativan or Xanax and or Vicodin or something, and
Something good.
NyQuil and Kool-Aid and Sprite, whatever it is. I'm pretty close, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was the most articulate about it all, especially the music video with Bill Gates's head.
I don't know that he made that, but
and a Rolls Royce in the background. I don't know if that really helped his
his
how he's
argument, yeah.
how he's saying that billionaires are trying to control our minds, and when he's far more, well, I guess he wasn't far more because so many people use Bill Gates programs. But I have a feeling Excel spreadsheets is less about controlling people and more about just being kind of a bummer for everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody
I'd imagine.
involved.
Do you use Excel?
I have. I'm not great at it.
Okay.
Some people are really, really good at it.
I've used it for very menial tasks, like just keeping, like, so I used to do orders of furniture, and so, you'd put the person's name, what they ordered, what the price was,
Yeah.
whether or not they paid, but it wasn't, like, I wasn't doing, like, all the, because it'll, like, calculate things, won't it?
Yeah.
So we didn't do that.
It's best for accounting and things like that, some sort of numbers, records keeping. But people do use it for texts and things like that, like just tracking of any kind.
Sarah says controlling data. I know she uses Excel.
Oh, does she? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the crazy thing is how integrated all that stuff is getting. So it used to be kind of like, oh, you have Word, and then you have Excel, and then you have Outlook, and they were all kind of their own thing, and then they loosely started kind of joining them together, and now it's like with
You just get
cloud
the-
stuff, it's
you
all
just kind of get the Word, the Microsoft.
package. Yeah. And all of it's able to be you can use Twitter with it. You can use all this stuff to kind of like create, like every time you get a tweet, it goes to this, and then an email goes out to these people, and they're added to this list, and this and that. It's.
I was talking to a friend of mine who has a government job, and I was like, all right, well, let me know, like, when I can get, like, send when they're hiring, let me know. And so she sends me all these quote unquote entry level positions. And I'm like, I'm not even close to qualified to any of these. And she's like, oh, you just need to know Excel. And I'm like, I don't know Excel. I don't, but it's all like, data keeping, financial analyst, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how is this entry? Can I make coffee for you? Can I go run and get lunch? I'm sorry, that's not entry level.
And I think a lot of people do entry level stuff, getting into like the food service areas and then moving into the, other positions and things. Yeah.
I just want to be the office bitch. Is that a
Yeah,
job?
yeah, totally. Hey, I can conversate with you. Come say hi to you. Drop off some mail. See if you need any Post-its.
Dude, I was primed for that position.
Yeah. Pens. I got fucking pens. Got a handful of pens. They're like, wasn't she just holding coffee? What is some kind of warlock?
Just whip that shit out.
Pens?
It's like the Wolverine of the office.
You just smile and you got paper clips.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that'd probably get you hired if you could do that.
I mean, I got tricks.
Yeah, exactly. I've been practicing. It'd be funny if you did go and do a job interview. They're like, we're hiring a lawyer. It's like that scene in Monster where Eileen Wuornos, Charlize Theron as the ugly chick. Remember when they made her ugly
I've
for that one
never
movie
seen it.
with Christina Ricci?
Nope.
You were such a reach tard.
I'm a reach tard?
Back in the day, you were.
I don't even know what that means.
Christina Ricci.
Oh, no. I liked her.
You liked her forehead.
I mean, she's got a good forehead.
Yeah.
But I mean, I liked her in. I mean, she's great in Sleepy Hollow. No,
Okay.
she's not. Actually, she's terrible in Sleepy Hollow. I totally.
All right.
So Sleepy Hollow's an amazing movie.
Fear and Loathing.
Was she in Fear and Loathing?
Hmm?
I don't even remember that.
Remember, she was the Christian girl that Dr. Gonzo lured into the hotel room, and she was making paintings. She was making art.
God, I haven't
he
seen
gave her
that in
LSD.
so long. I probably haven't seen it in 20 years. Not even joking.
He's talking about when he violated her with his throbbing, uncircumcised member.
Yikes.
And then he had to leave. He got on the plane and left.
Oh my God. She was great in Casper. That was like her best. That was definitely her
Wednesday
best
Addams.
Wednesday, she was really good in that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was very disappointed in her in Sleepy Hollow. It's such a good movie, and her character was just flat. It was just, it just was very lackluster. They made her a blonde.
Flatter than Wednesday Addams, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was supposed to be acting and like having this personality, and she just it didn't.
Yeah.
She wasn't selling it.
And in the Addams Family, she was not supposed to be.
Right.
She was supposed
She
to just
nailed
be.
it.
Yeah, like the two girls in The Shining.
Yes.
It's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. But that's actually one of my favorite movies. Like, you know, as far as like goofy movies go, I really like Sleepy Hollow.
Now, do you think another T-shirt could be a Reach Tard?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I know Tard's not a really PC name, but that could be why it makes it funny, though.
RICC-TARD.
Yeah.
Reach Tard.
Just like it just tattooed on a
Yeah.
giant forehead with two
It's
black
a hat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, our first hat.
Then you could have braids coming off of it.
Totally. Just two big eyes. Just a little too low.
Yikes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put that one on. We'll blue sky that, Roma.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, did you ever
Know that you're my hero? That I'm everything, you're everything I would like to be? I'm everything you would like to be? You could fly higher than an eagle because I am the wind beneath your wings?
That's a good one. Good job.
That's Bette Midler, Roma.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was really good in Rose. The Rose? She plays...
ROWS?
Yes. So have you heard about the new social distancing that some of the restaurants are doing?
I know I saw some with crazy hats.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So here we've got a couple different ones. So restaurants enforce social distancing with pool floats and mini greenhouses as they reopen during the coronavirus pandemic. So here we've got, there's one restaurant with greenhouses, which actually I think is kind of cool. Like, I'd be totally down to...
Unless it's a Mexican restaurant.
And you're all farty from the beans. Yeah, that's true.
That would be kind of funny. You just reach, it looks like they have a hatch on them, so you just reach up and close the hatch. Your girlfriend's on the other side of the table and she's panicking.
It's just getting all steamy.
Hey, could we get 2 tables in here? No, just block her in. That's fine. Oh, jeez.
So, people having dinner on a test evening for so-called quarantine greenhouses in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's another one here. Let's see. Oh, there's still the greenhouses. So here we've got an Ocean City restaurant has introduced one creative way it plans to ensure customers maintain social distance as coronavirus restrictions are eased in the Maryland resort town. And so here is...
I mean, but in Ocean City, Roma, that could be tsunami safety.
That's true.
You got yourself a nice little floaty there.
Would you actually do that?
Am I drinking?
Probably.
Then yes.
Okay.
If I was drinking, it seems kind of fun and it would get rowdy.
Yes.
I have a feeling.
It's like bumper cars without the cars.
Yes. Although, you know.
Here you go. It's like a bumper boat, but it's actually a table.
Until someone drowns.
So,
but the fun, then there's probably going to be some perverts. Get that donut around them. Do a little hand check. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Well, I mean, you ought to know, so.
Roma,
So.
why do you have to blow someone else's candle to make yours burn brighter?
Poo.
Roma, let's let your urban side take a rest for a moment and pronounce your words. It's a poo float. All right. A poo float.
I didn't say float.
Roma.
I didn't get that far.
Because I would.
So pool float hats in Germany.
How do you think Snoop would say it, Roma? It's a poo float.
Keep your distance. A cafe in Germany has found a colorful way to enforce social distancing among patrons by strapping pool noodles to the hats.
Wait, did they bring... Okay. Where's her hat?
She works.
Does she? Because she doesn't look like... Look at the people in the back.
Oh, that's true. What are they
Yeah.
doing?
Okay.
Would you do that?
If they added a couple more pool floats... Go ahead and turn that down while I'm talking, Roma. Jeez. If they added a couple more pool floats on there, you know what they would make, right?
I don't know. What would they make?
A swastika, Roma. And I'm not for that. Okay? So they're just 2 pool floats away from the Fourth Reich or whatever.
Oh.
And now what keeps them safe from these hats that everyone are wearing? What are they doing to...
Well, that guy's got a hat on his pool float.
Well, I don't think that that's going to keep him safe from hat germs, other hat germs.
Right, that's true.
I mean,
Are they Lysoling them?
Yeah, because everybody's being an idiot because they're drinking, right? That's why they would do this, or they just want to be on social TV media.
I don't know.
Oh, she's such a slut. Look at her.
She's a noodle slut.
Yeah, totally. She's got all her jewelry on.
So, Kat says she thinks that they're cute, the greenhouses. Sarah says, I'm worried more if the inside of the greenhouses was getting steamy inside. And then Graceful Grizzly's here.
What's up, Graceful Grizzly?
Yo.
Yeah. Oh, you missed some laughs earlier. Roman was telling us about how she banged snowmen.
Oh, Jesus.
No, that's an interesting tale. I don't know about the pool hat thing because
it's kind of demeaning.
Yes, it's different than because it's like you're having fun with the tables.
Right. But the pool hats is kind of...
It's not fun.
It's emasculating, and I'm not a guy, but I would think that I would feel, especially as a man, I would feel really like, you want me to wear noodles on my head?
Yeah,
really?
yeah. And they're taped to a... What was that? A Cuban...
Fedora.
Yeah, like somewhere between that. It's like that Miami hat.
Yeah.
Where do you even get those in fucking Germany?
I don't know.
They're not near South Beach, I'll tell you that. And in South Beach, they would be fucking each other with those noodles. They wouldn't be wearing them on their head, acting like a bunch of goofy white people.
Gracely says that's cold. I think he's referring to your snowman.
Oh, that's cold.
That's cold, bitch.
It's a poo float.
Steph says modern day crown of thorns. Hi, Steph.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just all martyrs out there. Oh, they were crosses.
So Sarah says that we need catchphrases, and mine is "Oh Jesus," apparently.
All right. Oh, I guess that's mine. Oops. I was going to say, well, then what's mine? Oh, it's all right. It's not that great. It's not great of a catchphrase.
Oh, shit. Steve's would be all right. Nailed it.
I was going to say all right, but I won't now. We all have to express ourselves somehow. Roma paints in her stool. I say the word all right.
I do. How drunk was I?
I'm just assuming. I'm just assuming that's what goes on, Roma.
Everybody's saying all right now.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Roma,
Yes.
there was a new segment we were going to try out.
But I don't have. Well, I could.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
All right. So Roma's got this little segment thing that she wanted to try because she's like, oh, this is going to be so cool.
Oh shit.
Roma, that's the sign. That's
Oh,
the bad
Jesus.
signal. All right. Let me make sure I got control. Okay. It's time for the new segment. Ready, everyone, for the visual?
It's awesome.
Yes. It's my favorite. Okay. 3, 2.
You think this stuff smells like a man?
Oh, why, hello, everyone. Wait. Well, hello, everyone. Yes, so, this is our new segment. It's called Stallin for Romerica. I don't know if you actually saw the visual there. I imagine you did. But yeah, Stallin for Romerica. You may notice that that's actually Stallone's face instead of Joseph Stalin. So, if you know the show,
You just don't turn it off!
you just don't turn it off. And it's where Roma likes to pee in the show, and I am just going to talk to you about something. And the thing that I want to talk to you today is about umami. And umami is the fifth taste. So there's saltiness, there's sweetness, there's bitterness, and there is sourness. Now, those are the four main flavor types. There's then umami, which is savoriness. So savoriness has been around for a while. They started making fish sauce in particular back in the Roman days. And in Japan, they came up with umami, which it's a Japanese word. And they are... it was I think Tokyo Imperial University. It was a couple of professors, and in the early 1900s, and so they designed it. Basically, monosodium glutamate would be the distilled, kind of common form of umami, but it's found in things like cooked meats, broths, mushrooms, tomato paste in particular. And what they do is they take the it's a beefiness of the flavor, and it's a very, very delicious a delicious thing. And I think that monosodium glutamate gets a bad rap because of something called Chinese restaurant syndrome, or Chinese restaurant headaches, and which were actually disproved, but they were a fad in the 1970s, that people were saying that this was a thing, that when you eat MSG you get these headaches, but actually they found it not to be related. So don't be afraid to eat some Chinese food, because there is no way you'll catch any sort of medical disorder from Asians or their food.
So I like this new segment because I feel less pressure to go pee really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And also we're getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's gold. Ha ha ha. I love it.
It's amazing. It was a good idea, because Roba, in the past, has kind of snuck off to the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm like, what's up, dudes? Like, because I don't have anything prepared. I just.
Yeah, usually about an hour in, it's like I'm like really gotta go.
Which sucks if you have to pee. Like,
Yes.
I pee right before
I do too,
we
but
start.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think it's just a cool thing that I can bring up random weird stuff, because I do like things like cooking and just weird things that I'm like they're not worth a conversation maybe,
Sure.
because it's like, hey Roma, this thing that I know something about that there's no reason anyone else should know anything about this.
You're right.
You want to just listen to me talk to you about it? I mean, they're listening, so I guess they have to.
Suckers.
Yeah, exactly. But it's something we want to develop. We want to start developing little, little things that kind of set us apart from other people.
Yeah.
And I think Stallin for Romerica, I just think that that's a winner.
So did they get all the levels of joke into it?
I sort of explained it. I said,
It's pretty good.
yeah,
It's gold.
yeah, it's,
I'd be disappointed now if we don't get a Stallin for Romerica segment.
I think we plan on doing it every week.
It could be a T-shirt.
It could be a T-shirt for sure. And hell, I mean, it could be a spin-off show or something. I mean, we could totally figure out. We can just have Roma report from the bathroom. We'll just give you a mic.
I did like it though, because I felt a lot less pressure to pee quickly. I was like, I got time for this. Usually I run back there and I pee as fast as possible and rush back out.
And originally I had all those fart sound effects, and it went on over 30 seconds. So it was just like this, and I was just gonna turn off the visual, and just gonna be me sitting here listening to it with them.
Thank you for not doing that.
And then when you came back in, I was gonna play it again, and so it would have been over
Jesus.
a minute of just farting sounds and toilet flushing.
Graceful Grizzly says Stallin is ballin'.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Daniel says, began your show from the beginning because I began watching when Roma came on the show, so getting caught up.
Oh yeah. So you want us to start over?
Yeah.
All right.
He means from episode 1.
We'll wait. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Watching the entire show all over again.
Yes. It's
Or for the first time.
yeah, there's a lot of good episodes. Brian's really good. Anthony's good. There's a lot of good guys that unfortunately couldn't keep up with us, they couldn't make the commitment to be here all the time.
They're still good shows though, worth watching.
Yeah, oh, definitely funny, and they've got some great stories. Me and Brian got along pretty good, so I really like the episodes. I mean, me and Anthony got along pretty good too, but Brian and I were kind of on the same wavelength.
You don't know how to take Brian half the time. Like, I can never tell if he's actually being truthful or just making shit up.
It's a little of both.
I think it's a lot of both.
That's how I take him. I take him as he is both being honest and dishonest at the same time.
He plays it off so good.
Only in slightly less or more of each,
Yeah. Totally worth going back and watching though, you guys.
But he's a master of keeping you guessing as to what is what.
Right.
Like what is, because like when I told my friend about the snowman and the telephone pole and stuff, she's like, are you kidding? And I'm like, absolutely not. I wouldn't kid about that, And then I'm like, oh wait, I kid about a lot of things. So how do you tell? Like,
Right.
All right, maybe this isn't maybe this isn't your fault.
Right.
Probably should come up with some sort of a signal system.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
I mean, I get it. I don't agree.
I never
with it.
take you seriously.
Yeah.
No. Unless you're in a crappy mood.
I think I'm very honest.
I mean, you're honest, but I don't necessarily trust what you're saying.
I'm honest, but I'm not. Yeah, but I'm more humorous.
Serious.
I'm more. Yeah. I don't like being serious most of the time. And to me, it almost feels like language.
Okay.
It's almost like I'm speaking very clearly with my but I know that I'm kind of flat affected.
Okay.
Like that it's hard to tell whether or not I'm joking or not joking. So I guess that would be
sarcasm.
Not really, because I don't like
humor?
sarcasm, because sarcasm is saying the opposite of what it is. It's almost, I don't know, it's a little different. Because when I listen to sarcasm, I don't enjoy it as much. I think that it's an early form of what I do. What I do is like it's somewhere between a dry sense of humor.
Maybe it sounds sarcastic. I think a lot of what you do sounds sarcastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think my delivery is definitely elusive. Something in there where if you didn't know my personality, you would think you wouldn't know I was funny. You would just think I was
Right,
very
it comes
weird.
across as sarcastic,
Yeah.
but yeah. Hey, did you hear?
Yes.
You did.
I meant yes?
Oh. So, apparently, NASA scientists might have found evidence of a parallel universe. In a scenario that sounds straight out of science fiction, a team of NASA scientists may have detected evidence of a parallel universe where time runs in reverse.
Oh, I did hear about this, yes.
According to New Scientist, the discovery was made by NASA-sponsored research group using the Arctic Impulse Transit Antenna, or ANTA.
Anita.
Mm-hmm. The group was funded $35 million to look for and study ghostly particles that fill the universe. Now the team has discovered particles that could be from another realm entirely. For the study, the experts use a purpose-built balloon to carry the antenna high above the Arctic to scan for high-energy particles coming down from space. After 2 flights over the course of 2 years, the trip only yielded brief moments of background noise but nothing else. During the balloon's 3rd flight, the scientists decided to revisit the data from the previous flights. They discovered that the random noises they had recorded weren't signals coming from space but rather coming up from the Earth. The finding implies that these particles are actually traveling backwards in time, suggesting evidence of a parallel universe where time is in reverse. So yeah, sounds pretty crazy to me. Oh, it says the New Scientist that this evidence suggests that the Big Bang created our own universe and existing parallel with it.
That's interesting because, okay, there is so much matter in our universe, right? So like everything that we know is matter, except like black holes. But then antimatter, is the opposite of that. And I think according to, all the physics or what, I don't know if it's quantum. I don't know. Quantum's like the very small. So, and I think that they have been able to create antimatter in like very, very stringent conditions.
Okay.
But, they theorize, they're like, okay, well, if all this matter was created, antimatter would have been created too. So where is that?
One thing, wouldn't you technically have to have the other?
That's the idea, is
right.
that, and so, time, space, these things are all concepts that we look at space linear or time linearly, but space is dimensional,
Sure.
So it's always interesting because if I get into like a theologic conversation about, God and, what it is or what I think it is, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, but I just know, we see time one direction. I'm like, who knows the perspective that this omnipresent, powerful force would have, that it could look at all of time at the same time, or all, time is a concept to us.
I mean, all you gotta do is a little DMT.
Yeah. Yeah, that would probably help expand my understanding of things. Actually, I probably should.
Everybody I know that's ever done it has had this, like, they are time. They've experienced all things all at once. It's a very otherworldly,
I mean,
of God-like experience.
If we want to deal on Spotify,
right?
I guess we better. Who has some DMT? Hector. And it's not a racial thing. It's that he lives in Venezuela.
Yeah,
exactly. It's crazy down there. Got all sorts of plants growing.
Margot says everything is vibrational.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm wondering too, is what frequency were these sounds that they were hearing at, that this static at? Because I would think it would be the same static that it would be the same frequency that a falling particle would have, but it would be, in reverse. So how would that? It would probably be the same.
It's like listening to Led Zeppelin backwards.
Mm-hmm. You hear the Beatles' White Album?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
just says like God loves
Helter
you.
Skelter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. God is good and loves you. Wait, this rock music's not bad. It's that goddamn Beatles telling us to kill all the Abigail Folgers. Yeah, and it's interesting. So if you think about it, we always look at the universe as, here's the sun and here's the Earth and the other now 7 planets going around it.
The 7 or 8? Well, I guess
Pluto's
not including the Earth.
No, Pluto's the yes, yeah, not including the Earth and not including Pluto anymore.
Right.
Although it's a dwarf planet or so, I don't know what the hell they even consider it. It's a ball of ice or something.
Star, I think, or something.
I don't know. But or they were saying it's a large comet or something. I don't know. I don't know shit about astronomy. I don't know shit about astrology. But we are supposedly a result of the Big Bang, right? Which is, energy explosion, shit flew out, and then suddenly shit started to compress and behave in specific ways. Well, if you think about it, the sun is a fucking rocket going through the sky, and the Earth is corkscrewing around it. So basically the Earth is just coming with the sun, it's like this crazy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know, I guess I just didn't really think of it in that way that, hey, all this shit's flying through the air, flying through space, starting at the Big Bang and just keeps going,
I think
so when
they
they
said that
say
everything is moving further apart.
expanding, space is expanding, and they've theorized as to it contracting at some point, like, does it contract or what happens when? I don't really have any thoughts about it or real concerns, but
I figure by the time all that stuff goes down, I will be long dead, unless I'm one of those people that never dies.
yeah, and then you got to watch, your shoes will be all fucked up and
figure out what inanimate objects to have sex with.
probably a charcoal grill
Yeah, I don't know.
after it cools off.
I'll have to think about that one.
I mean, if it makes you some meat.
I mean, I imagine that I'm probably living on some type of tropical island, so you could make like sand people. But as a guy, that probably would be a big deal. But as a woman, I think that would suck really bad.
Yeah, you'd probably need a shower.
Or a douche.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Just a coconut with a funnel.
I'm gonna rethink that one.
Mm-hmm. Roma's got pretty good at cartwheels in her 1000th year. So, okay, Roma, you live to be an infinite amount of years. What barbecue sauce do you eat first?
Baby Ray's.
So you'd eat all the Sweet Baby Rays, and suddenly you're full of, you got nothing going on in life.
I mean, then I'd probably
and then
go
you
to
have Kraft. I'm just saying, Roma, you have choices to make. You either make the best of it and live it up now, or you
Shit.
suffer later.
I mean, as time goes on, I would imagine that my palate would probably not be as sophisticated. Maybe not.
I don't know, because you could probably still find some decent ketchup, I'm just
there's
saying,
a lot
Roma.
of Heinz in the world. More Heinz than Baby's Ray's, for sure.
And there's packets.
I like the packets.
Yeah, well, the McDonald's packets. But see, that's the thing about me is I don't eat the good stuff first. I eat the shitty stuff first and then eat the good stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the way I am. Like, I'll dump out my French fries or my potato chips, and I leave the best chip for last and the best French fry for last.
Really?
Yes.
See, I'm the opposite.
You're a psycho, Roma.
Okay, so when you eat your food, how do you eat your food? Do you eat it all so say you have 3 things. Say you have broccoli and macaroni and cheese and chicken.
I would throw away the chicken and the broccoli.
Okay. But assuming that you don't do that and you eat all 3, do you eat them in equal portions, or do you eat all of one thing and then move to the next and move to the next? Or like, how does that work?
With those 3 things, I like those things, and so I will kind of get it mixed up, but I like the macaroni and cheese the best. And so I save the macaroni and cheese until the end. You know,
Okay.
I save the majority of it. So I want my last bites to be of my favorite thing.
So I would probably eat. I tend to eat them all at the same time, but I would probably leave the mac and cheese as the last bite.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's
if
what I would do.
I would do like, chicken, broccoli, mac, chicken, broccoli,
Yes.
mac, chicken, broccoli, mac. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would do. And I would also consider fiber because I do like to throw the fiber on last, but it won't be the last thing I eat if it's not my favorite thing.
Right.
So, because I do
So-
kind of like the French way of eating, which is dessert, entree, salad.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because then it like pushes everything through.
Okay.
Yeah. But like Americans, or this is at least the way it used to be, that your dessert would come first and then your entree, or maybe you switch the two, but your salad would come last because then you would have your fiber,
Interesting.
you'd have your sweet and your savory, and then your salad would basically be the last thing you eat.
I have never heard that before.
So you'll be like satisfied. Americans, apparently, we don't like waiting for anything, so we want the salad first because it's
Right.
quick.
So Kaylee says that all of one thing. Kat says always save the best for last. Margot says together-ish, equal usually. Sarah says equal portion, saving the best thing for the last bite. Bullshit, Sarah, because she'll sit there and eat her entire salad first, and then eat the rest of her food, even though it all came out at the same time, and she'll let her other food get cold. So I call bullshit on that one.
Who serves the salad and the entree at the same time?
It's just how it ends up happening.
It never ends up happening. Not when you're in control of your life, Roma. I tell him, I said, if you bring this goddamn salad out at the same time as my entree, I'll fucking flip this table.
Well, this isn't a restaurant. This is real life.
I'll flip this booth right in your house.
Margot says mac and cheese would be cold. And then Margot says
Oh, that's
broccoli mac chicken.
Broccoli mac chicken. Really?
Sarah says salad doesn't count. And what are you talking about? That's exactly the conversation we were just having.
You didn't bring up salad, Robo.
You just said that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying in your thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
definitely.
no, that is an interesting thing to look at. And there are several ways to go about it. There are those people that want the regimented, I need one of each. There are other people that say, do not let anything mix together.
I mean, I'm not like chicken, broccoli, mac,
Yeah.
chicken, broccoli, but I will eat, so I'll eat a few bites of chicken, a few bites of broccoli, a few bites of mac.
Okay,
they
that's
won't
chaos.
necessarily be.
That's even crazier, Roma.
They might not necessarily be in order, but by the time I'm done, there's going to be a little bite of each left.
Yeah. See, I always take into consideration what I like the best, what I think tastes the best.
But here's the thing too. I don't want some of my food to get cold. So if there's something specifically for instance, like I can't eat all of the salad first and let my other stuff sit because my other stuff gets cold. So I'd rather eat my other stuff at least halfway, intermixed with the salad. But salad is not a priority. The hot food is a priority.
Well, the Japanese have for a long time, Roma, practiced the art of calligraphy. And one of the ways they would do that is they would take a black slate and they would paint with water. The idea being you could make the perfect kanji.
Okay.
And it would still evaporate before your eyes. There's no way to hang on to it.
Okay.
And so you cannot hang on to your hot food, Roma. You must learn to let it go. That perfection is inside you.
Right.
Yes. It is not inside your burger of cheese.
Well, I still like my hot food to be hot.
And your pockets of hot.
Not too hot, though, because then it burns your mouth and then you get little blisters on the top of your mouth.
That's herpes.
Oh. I thought it was hot pockets.
Yeah, well. it's not. It's you clearly need Valtrex. You've had several doctors approach you in the streets.
Do you want to do any shout outs?
just shouting out. We're on 10 major audio platforms. So if you're watching this on video, please subscribe and set up the automatic downloads because we get credit for it and we get paid.
Hell yeah.
Yep. And it's fun to listen to us because it's a whole different thing, and you can give us feedback and leave comments and likes and all that sort of stuff so you can help perpetuate this little show we have going.
Yeah, definitely go on there. Leave a 5-star review on
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, yep.
Or Google Podcasts.
I don't think
Google
you can
Play.
leave one for Google.
Well, just leave one in Yelp. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah. Go to backpage.com.
Yeah. Definitely like and subscribe to YouTube.
Yep.
Yep. And of course, share with your friends. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Twitter.
It's at SendSockSteve. You can look up The Sensible Sociopath on Twitter. And I'm on there. And yeah. Oh, yeah. And then of course, Patreon. And we'll be bringing together. We're planning on doing some extra additional audio episodes. So I'm hoping of getting guests that maybe don't want to do video because there are guests that, I think the audio portion's fun.
Yeah,
I like theater of the mind. I think that's a fun realm to play in.
Definitely. There's a lot of people that don't like to be on camera, so.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get some of those. Jeffrey Epstein, I was talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been hiding out.
Mm-hmm. Sarah says socks.
Yeah, yes, and the Send Socks.
They're on their way.
Yeah, totally. So,
yeah,
I think that's about it.
I think that's about it.
But I really appreciate everybody coming by today. And honestly, I had the most laughs tonight that I've had in a long time. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Roma.
Of course, as always.
Yeah, and we'll see you next Friday.
Hell yeah.
8.
That's 10 Pacific.
If you're in this time
7
zone.
Central. Or Pacific.
9, 7,
10,
2. Probably at 4 o'clock.
10
I don't know.
Eastern, 7 Pacific.
It's over, Johnny.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, I read a survey once that like 98% of people die.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Europe would be a fraction of the size that it is today, if not for incest.
It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Content and stories and whimsy and a little love.
So they say the big one's coming. For California.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Was she a great big fat person?
That's right.
Have you ever seen how many clothespins you could get on your scrotum? You ever dabbled in the dark arts?
Guess what? I don't have to fuck the goats anymore.
It's actually quite a bit of fun.
Hashtag them too. I have no control over life.
If I had a keyboard, I'd be able to help you.
What dude hasn't tried to blow himself? 8 3/4 is totally fine.
They say that you can kill yourself.
Mark Hamill as a voice actor is absolutely phenomenal.
People get really, really hostile really, really quickly.
Rape and incest.
Oh, we started talking about crazy Joe Biden and they shut us down.
I got the Ultra AIDS.
Nobody's got AIDS.
You're throwing off my game with your heartbeat and you're talking and you're breathing.
I have had to stop using my favorite poop phrase.
Why stop at 2 atomic bombs? Why don't we just do the whole thing?
Is this one of them left or right-handed coffins? Oh shit. Oh, that's a dick. Sorry, kids.
I'm airing my junk out and I'm looking bold. I've always been a fan of Evan Watson. After she turned 18.
After? That's where you and I are different, my friend.
I mean, I don't have a problem digging a hole and keeping an erection.
It's all about romance.
Texting, talking, touching.
Jumper cables and proper voltage, you could have dead baby movement.
Are you guys judgmental? Me? Not so much. Bunch of Judas Priest albums. Rob Halford's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like Judas Priest.
You know he's gay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.